Alright. Hello everybody. Welcome. Imagine watching Andy. Do you mean me, Andy, or other Andy? If you mean if you mean me, spell it with a Y, man. That's how you spell my name, okay? That's how you spell my name, cabron. That's how you spell my name, okay, cabron. That's how you spell my name, cabron. Anyway, even though video game soundtracks are the ultimate, how do you call it, life hack for copyright, I'm gonna play some non-copyright stuff anyway. I want to try this thing that Harris Heller created for streamers. I want to see. He made this album called Gold, which is copyright free, and I want to see if it's any good, or if it's kind of not good. I guess we'll find out. I don't know. This seems really... Actually, I like it. I like it. I like it. I like it. Hey, Triangle. How you doing? Damn, you look tired? I look tired? How so? I'm not gonna lie, when I was on Twitch, people used to say that sometimes as well, and I was always like... what do you mean? You know, I don't get it. I'm looking at myself and I feel like I look the same. I don't get what makes me look more tired today than other days, to be honest with you, but alright. But alright, man. You know, I'm actually gonna make the music a lot softer. It just needs to be like cerebral, you know? Basically don't even notice it, but it's there, kind of thing. Also, I should have display capture off. Don't know why it's on. Whoa. Why is my game lagging so bad? Holy balls. Holy crap. Holy crap. Holy crap. Holy crap. Hold on, let me change some stuff here. Maybe it's... Damn, Sasuke dying and you are the manga part of... Oh, kind of sad. Dude, I have a feeling that you're trolling. Otherwise you wouldn't say that. Just like that. I can't tell if this lobby's glitched or if it's my game being a zuck. Hey, Junix. Dude, what the hell is going on with my game? What the hell is going on with my game? It should not be having this much trouble. To run, I mean. Shit. I'm just gonna mess around with some stuff. I don't know why this is so laggy. I get the feeling it's the match almost, and not the game. Well, I think it was that map resolution thing. I don't know, dude. I think we need a Roblox stream. Wait, so Xander, you were joking about that spoiler, right? I mean, I'm pretty sure, but I just want to check. And now? Damn it! I didn't think it would fall back so far, so I thought I'd be able to knock it off the wall and then throw it back, but it really knocked off quite far. Dude, this thing is hitching up so much. Maybe I need to turn on VSync. Oh yeah, that's helped, I think. You were? I'm just... Okay, good. Play Warzone? Nah. Nah. I prefer normal multiplayer to Warzone. I prefer normal multiplayer to Warzone, personally. I play it here and there, but... Roblox is the Sasuke doesn't die, but Naruto does little OMG emoji prank. Epic. Nice one, bro. Literally every game exists within Roblox. Yeah, but like the super scuffed versions of the game. It's that doesn't really count, I would argue. This pistol with 3-round burst is so busted. I mean, look at that, man. Ah. Roblox is so underrated, like no joke. I'll just let you have your opinion on that. And the OG game is scuffed version. Yikes. Some real big brain moments here. I mean, look at this thing, man. Holy shit. It shreds. I'm hoping to unlock one of the 2 new guns within this this stream I'm doing. I think I'm only a tier and a half away anyway. It's very doable. Because it's a pretty insane gun, man. This guy thinks smoke is gonna stop me? Get out of my face, man. Roblox girlfriends in this song. Well, I guess they do be kind of thick, though. Well, I guess they do be kind of thick. Seeing how perfectly silver my magazine is just one of the most satisfying things ever. For some reason, I'm just so clean, you know? So clean. We took each other out. That was one of my favorite things about Battlefield, actually. I know that sounds weird, but how you could, like, take each other out. Because it sort of makes sense, IRL, you know, if you shoot at the exact same time. 10 seconds. Okay, how many times I gotta burst you with that, man? Roblox girlfriends are the best. Like I said, they do be kind of thick, though. Battlefield COD, I don't know. I think they both just have different appeals. For me, that's how it is, at least. Like, I'm a massive Battlefield fan, and I'm a massive COD fan as well. I think the latest COD is more fun than the latest Battlefield, sure, but... You know, that's a game-by-game basis, not really... I'm talking a whole franchise. Hey, EAB, how's it going, man? Yeah, da 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 da. And just remember, this is coming from a guy who has tons of Battlefield games, physical copies of them, but I also have tons of COD games, physical copies of them, so, you know. Oof, had to make my way out of that before that thing blew me up, bro. Bruh. COD just feels like tiny map for me, you know what I mean? I guess, but that's the point. Plus, also, this COD has Ground War, which is literally their own version of Conquest. It's got, you know, points to cap. The maps are just as big as Battlefield maps. You got tanks that multiple people can be in at one time, helicopters and all that, so... I mean, if you really want that, and it has bullet drop as well. So if you want that type of experience, it's in COD now as well. That's the thing. So I don't know. For me, they're just different, slightly different appeals. And depending on which one is better in the certain release, I'll just end up playing more of that one. or I'll just end up playing that one. It's like Battlefield 5 or Modern Warfare. Modern Warfare. If the next Battlefield is 2143 and it's done super well, and the next COD is like Black Ops Remake, I'm gonna pick 2143, you know? But I'd probably enjoy both of those, to be honest, if they're both done well. So I just know the God tier will stay in Minecraft. Well, I do love Minecraft. It is fun. Nah, Roblox. Nah, I'm sorry. That's gonna be a yikes for me. Oh, I was pressing control to prone. Why wasn't I proning, bruh? Shit. But the thing is that COD is a very different type of game to play than Battlefield. Like in COD, it's all about having the super fast reflexes and like that flick shots and stuff, which of course are a thing in Battlefield. But in Battlefield, it's more about the teamwork of it and the synergy of it and like, you know, playing a certain role, right? At least if we're talking about playing Conquest on Battlefield. And that's why I kind of just try not to compare them, because they're so different in my opinion. God of War equals God tier, true. I was actually playing it yesterday, and I'm considering starting a new game plus, because all the extra stuff is kind of hard to get to. Not all, but some of the extra stuff I have left after finishing the story, it's kind of difficult to get to. And since I played Give Me a Challenge mode on my first playthrough, I'm considering my new game plus playthrough to be, you know, hardest difficulty as opposed to second hardest difficulty. Because I think I can manage that since I finished it on second hardest difficulty. I need a bamba. I need a baba is what I need. Hey, hey. Well, my mom cut my own hair, so yeah, that was nice. But it grows so quickly. I mean, how it looked 2 weeks ago and how it looks now is like kind of worlds apart. So it's pretty strange. It's pretty strange, man. But then I actually got bored of God of War because I guess the screen I was playing on in the living room was like too small to like kind of know where I was going on the map. So then I just started playing Red Dead Redemption 2. And that was good. That was fun. Red Dead Redemption 2 is like the perfect game to play next to a fireplace. Especially when you're just going around doing random quests or whatever. What God were we talking about? 4, of course. 4. So if I do a new game plus, if my capture card still works, I'll probably play that on stream. But my capture card isn't working for Xbox 360 or PS3. I'm wondering if that means the capture card is broken or if it just means the capture card only works with PlayStation 4. Either way, our internet is fast enough now that if I connect my PS4 via Ethernet, I can probably just play via that app on PC. What's it called? You can also get it on your mobile, PlayStation Now or something like that, where you can just play it through your computer. Are you going to The Last of Us 2? I don't know. Gonna wait for reviews before I make that decision. I honestly don't know. The thing is, there's so many reviews praising it, but again, those are people that are given review copies. And sure, you're not supposed to have a bias or whatever, but I don't know. Like, the thing is, I feel that bias can go two ways. It can either go like, it makes you super harsh on the game or makes you super forgiving. I don't know. Or, you know, obviously there are probably just some people that genuinely believe it deserves a 10 out of 10 or whatever. And maybe it does deserve a 10 out of 10. And you know, what Neil Druckmann has said is like the theme of Last of Us 2 is like circles of violence and how it just hurts everybody. And that's a cool theme. And if it's done right, I think I'll enjoy it. The problem is, what if it's not done right, you know? like, I don't know. We'll have to see, I guess. You're not sold on it? Let me put it this way. I'm sold on the first 5 hours. Depending on how much of the leaks are true, I don't know about the rest yet. It's very possible that the leaks could have construed a bunch of stuff that isn't true, but you know, I don't want to spend my money when I'm not sure yet, right? Especially when Ghost of Tsushima just looks like it's gonna be like, just like it's gonna be great to play, and probably have more replay value as well if you think about it. Last of Us 2 will be a story with apparently a pretty interesting open world segment that you can go to, but a story that you play, maybe do some open world stuff in this one section of the game that's open world. Whereas Ghost of Tsushima is going to have quests, and the whole thing is open world, and, you know, different ways to play it, and yeah, so, I don't know. We'll have to see, man. And also the way The Last of Us 1 ends is good enough for me that I kind of feel like I don't need to play the sequel immediately, whereas with I'm gonna change my class. Whereas with Ghost of Tsushima, it's a whole new thing that I haven't played before, and like the whole time period that they're doing as well really interests me. Like, you know, the Mongol invasion of Japan, and yeah, I don't know, that interests me a lot. A lot more than something I've already seen portrayed in a game, if that makes sense. I've never really seen the Mongol invasion of Japan portrayed in a game before. So just on that basis alone, it makes me want to get Ghost of Tsushima more, because I feel like I'll be getting something fresher with my money. That was perfectly timed. Oh, I see it. Damn it. Okay, I feel like I've missed a lot here. Sekiro versus Witcher. Never played Sekiro. I don't think you can really compare them, since, well, one's a very story-focused RPG, and one is, it has a story, but it's more about the grind and the grueling combat and all that. So I'm one of the few that thinks The Last of Us 1 was just an 8. Well, an 8's a solid ass score, man. Think about how many games are worth an 8. Not many. I guess it depends what you count to be an 8, but for me an 8 is above most games. But for me, I would give The Last of Us 1 a 9. I would give that a 9 for sure. I think the one thing it would have needed for it to be a 10 is a little more weapon variety. But that being said, even though it's got so few weapons in that game, the way they feel is just perfect. So I guess it's almost better that you get like 3 or 4 or 5 weapons feeling top tier, as opposed to having like 20 just meh weapons, you know. No hits on that run. Shit. What's this man done to his gun? It looks hideous. Warzone or what? COD. This is just normal Modern Warfare. This is just normal Modern Warfare, poopy corn, and welcome. Yeah, so my hype for The Last of Us 2 isn't very high, especially because of that romance bullcrap. Well, I mean, I don't mind a lesbian romance in the game. For me, the main problem was, well, I don't want to, I'm not going to say the leaks. I'm not going to spoil anything, but having to play a certain way for the last half of the game, that would be the deal breaker for me, if that's actually true. If it's not true, then I'm all good, honestly. I think I did a pretty damn good job of keeping that vague. Oh, come on. There were 3 of them there, man. Yeah, you can't compare Sekiro and The Witcher, exactly. Just totally different games. It's like trying to compare COD and fucking Paper Mario. Okay, it's not that much of a stretch, but you know what I'm saying. I played The Last of Us Remastered recently, just couldn't finish it. Felt kind of generic. Well, maybe... Wait, had you played it before? Or was that your first time playing it? I guess what you also got to remember is, after The Last of Us 1 came out, others did kind of try to copy it a little bit. So... But if it felt generic after like your third, fourth time playing it, I mean, it's probably because it's like your third or fourth time playing it. You know. The one thing I didn't like about the first Last of Us was the Left Behind DLC. Not because of what was in it, just, well, let me put it this way, not because of what was in it story-wise, but just because the gameplay, I don't know. You were literally, like, most of it was just walking around a mall with it, like, as a 13-year-old girl with another 13-year-old girl. Like, I don't know, it didn't interest me that much. The character moments were cool, I guess, but it just felt like they stretched it out longer than it needed to be for that. Like, the parts of Left Behind that were good was when Ellie was back in present day trying to find stuff to help Joel. But all the stuff in the past I just found pretty boring. So, like, everybody, like, praises the Left Behind DLC to high heavens, and me, I feel like it didn't really touch on the stuff that made The Last of Us 1, or that made The Last of Us main game, like, great in the first place. But I know my opinion there is quite unpopular, so I don't know. Definitely hyped for Ghost, yeah, same, and Cyberpunk. So, oh yeah, I forgot that Cyberpunk was coming out this year. I actually legitimately forgot. It was my first time playing it, I just didn't get the hype. Well, let's try and dissect this. What had you been told about the game that you were expecting, I suppose, in terms of hype and all that stuff? Left Behind was yikes in comparison. Yeah, exactly. Like, I wouldn't say it was bad. It's just like The Last of Us is like up here, right? I would say, in terms of story and everything. And Left Behind just feels like kind of generic teen drama with some zombies thrown in. That was my main problem with it, I suppose. The writing wasn't nearly as original as in the main game. Obviously, it kept the original setting and world and stuff, but I'm just saying in terms of how they wrote the characters, I just felt it was very cliched, you know. A small. But that being said, I wouldn't say it's a bad DLC. It's like a 6 out of 10 DLC, but everybody says it's like a 8 out of 10 DLC. And for me, I would disagree with that. For me, I would 100% disagree. What I would love to see for The Last of Us 2, though, because this is kind of what I was hoping The Last of Us 2 would be, is like a game that carries on like straight after the first one. Like literally, maybe a time skip of 10 minutes or something, right? What I would love to see as a DLC in Left Behind type of fashion for The Last of Us 2 is a DLC in between The Last of Us 1 and The Last of Us 2. So where Ellie's like maybe 15 or something, and maybe her and Joel have a really strong relationship, and then maybe the truth comes out about, you know, the end of the first game, and then you kind of see how things maybe spiral from there. That would be a great DLC to the second game. If they make a DLC for the second game. And the first time I ever played The Last of Us was also the remastered version on PS4. Because it was one of the main reasons I wanted to get a PS4 was to play The Last of Us remastered. And I loved it. I loved it. Because not only was the explanation for these zombie-like things a lot more close to reality than we've had before, and that was just like creepy, and the fact that they use echolocation, and also, well, obviously the story and getting to play 60 FPS on PS4 was pretty nice too. And then I just loved how, I suppose, all the action in the game was engaging, simple, but also something that you could master, and at the same time very, very brutal, I guess, trying to show you the harshness of the world. Like you have a lead pipe, and it's just like, oh, you can just feel every motion of that, and like the crunching, and you know, and when you shoot a hunting rifle, it really gives the impact that it does, you know, when you actually shoot something like that in real life. There's a lot of survival games especially kind of water that down. I don't know, for it to have that visceralness for me was something I hadn't really seen before, especially in the genre, surprisingly. So yeah, I really like that. One of my fears about The Last of Us 2 is that there's not going to be that much Joel in it. I'm going to guess that Joel's maybe going to make up like 2 hours of the game or something. But if it's a good 2 hours, then that's fine, I suppose. Ah, shit. I can't decide. Dude, Rust gets so crazy. Oof, that was wonderful. That was great. Nice. That made me happy. That made me smile. Nice. So what do you guys think of streams at this time of day? Like mid-late afternoon. Well, that's the time it is for me. I don't know what time it is for you. Good effect on target. Right. Is Last of Us scary or just drama? I suppose it depends what you count as scary. There are scary moments for sure. Like, there's some very creepy stuff, especially since the clickers, which is like the main zombie thing, I suppose. They make these like humanoid, but not humanoid, like clicking noises, and you can hear that kind of like echoing through like dark areas that you're in. And there's one area in the game where you have to restart a generator, get a key card, and then, you know, get out of like the basement area. And that is probably one of the most tense, scary parts of the game. I guess you could say. But it's like action scary in that maybe you have to be stealthy or whatever, but you're well equipped in that you have, like, you know, you have your guns, maybe you have a melee weapon, maybe you have a bomb, depends if you've crafted it or not, like, you know. But I suppose for me, because the last time I played The Last of Us was on the hardest difficulty, I was trying to preserve every last thing I could. So especially in that level, well, I'm not sure if I should call it a level. In that part of the game, for me, I was like trying to just run, and that definitely made it very tense. Very tense. But I'm not sure I'd call it like a horror game per se. It has parts of horror, but it's like action horror drama, I guess. It definitely has its fair share of drama. But not like dumb teen drama or anything. Like proper, you know, the kind of drama that you would expect to come out of that that setting. Oh, calm down. Yeah, that makes sense. I didn't mean more like horror game scary. That was a good description. Alright, well, I'm glad I could describe it well. Yeah, I mean serious trauma. The Left Behind definitely has some of that teen drama stuff, but I guess they are 13-year-old girls, so it makes sense. But like, I don't know. Big turn off for me. Compared to how the drama in the main game is like, you know, surviving till your last breath type thing. And I can't wait till I actually unlock the gun. What's great is picking it up from enemies so that I can level it up. So that when I have it, I have like a bunch of the stuff unlocked already to make it a semi-decent loadout with it. Okay, how did I miss that second shot?
10 seconds. Get ready to move.
Oof.
Enemy at the barrel.
Right.
Get to the hard point.
Taking fire, friendly.
Less than a minute. Now,
Oh.
the enemy took the hard point.
What comes out first again? I can't remember. Ghost of Tsushima or Last of Us 2? I think Last of Us 2, right? I'm gonna see what my friends think about Last of Us 2 and then decide. But Ghost of Tsushima is like a guaranteed buy for me. That game looked just amazing, you know? Like, I'm gonna play it probably on second hardest difficulty first time, then hardest difficulty second time. Then probably I'm gonna play it with the Japanese version the third time, and then probably with the like samurai black and white film version a fourth time. I mean, there's just gonna be so much replay value in that game, if you ask me. But maybe I'll go big balls and play on the hardest difficulty the first time. It'd be like a grueling but good way to learn the mechanics, you know? Whoa. Let's calm down, bro. Hey, I did pretty good.
Not going to take it lying down.
Top of the scoreboard, baby. Oh, and I got play of the game, which was literally my last play. Nice. Oh, that was actually a really good play. That actually was a really good play. I don't mean to pat myself on the back, but I mean, hey, I you know. I want to make my M13 my main gun. For now. Look at how close we are. Look at how close we are to the weapon, man. Look at how close we are to the weapon. I want it so bad. The thing is probably going to be like 3 more matches until I get it. Which is fine. So, console of choice, personal preference. Are you asking me this generation or the generation that's about to come? Because I suppose I have slightly different answers for both. Actually, wait, no I don't. That's a lie. Both I'm going to say PlayStation. Not because I'm a PlayStation fanboy or something, but I already have a really good computer. And the thing is, any game that's coming out on Xbox as an exclusive comes out to PC pretty much the same time. So I don't need an Xbox. Yeah, more PlayStation games are gonna start coming to PC, like Horizon Zero Dawn and all that. But I think they're gonna have significant lead times before they hit the PC. Whereas all the Xbox exclusives, Microsoft exclusives, are gonna be on PC from day one as well. Because I believe now Halo Infinite will also come to PC. So that's you know, I don't need an Xbox then, since I already basically have one in a way, like my PC. If I want to play the PS5 exclusives or the PS4 exclusives, I have to have a PlayStation, unless I want to wait who knows how long for some of them to come out and for some to probably never come out, or come out like in 15 years or something, right? So, yeah. That's how I feel about it, I guess. But I wouldn't say I overtly prefer the look of one console over the other. I think they both look nice in different ways. And people say that the Xbox Series X is super big. But if you watch Austin Evans' video about the Xbox Series X, it's actually not as big as it looks in the pictures. In fact, I think the PS5 might actually be taller than the Xbox Series X. Okay, one thing I will say is that is a terrible name. Xbox Series X, that's a terrible name. Like what the hell? I think Xbox has a cool thing of having a unique name every time. I mean, I like that Nintendo does that, right? Like GameCube, Switch, Wii, Wii U, all that. 64, SNES, blah, blah, blah. I like that. It's just you have to have a good name. So Xbox 360 was a perfect name. They could have called this one coming out like the Xbox Cube or something. I don't know. That's just off the top of my head. I think Xbox Cube sounds better than Xbox Series X. I mean, Xbox Series X. It's like I get out of breath saying it every time. You know? PlayStation 5 is taller, but Xbox is thicker, I suppose, but... So I guess it just depends what your situation is. For me, I'm going to prefer the PS5's design because standing it up vertically, it's going to be thin and just, you know? But the Xbox Series X, if I was going to have it in a living room with a bunch of shelving, I could easily just put it horizontally in one of the shelves. So I can get the appeal there. And also, the Xbox Series X is going to be modular too. Like, you can take it apart and put new parts in it, from what I remember. From what I remember watching on the Austin Evans video. And admittedly, the Xbox Series X is a lot more innovative in terms of the way everything is put together. But I'm going to go PlayStation 5 because I'll probably prefer the controller. There'll be more games that I wouldn't get to play on PC that are going to be on PlayStation. And for my specific situation, the design of the PS5, even though the design of the Xbox Series X is practical, the design of the PS5 is going to work better for me. So yeah. You always use your consoles horizontally. For me, it just depends what's best for the console. So for the Xbox 360, I put it... well, I have put it both horizontal and vertical, actually. But I put it horizontal these days because, well, that way you're not blocking one of the fans, right? Because they have air ducts on the left and right side horizontally. For the PS Slim, the PS4 Slim, which I have, that is also horizontal. Because, again, the air... Like, well, actually, it wouldn't matter so much with that. It's just it's a thin enough design that I feel like vertical is too flimsy. You know, vertical's too flimsy for that console. For my PS3, I have that horizontally as well. Again, because of where the vents are situated, and also because it's in a it's in like a little shelf thing underneath the TV because we use the PS3 for Netflix, if anything, these days. But honestly, the best console of this generation has been the Nintendo Switch, in my opinion. I don't own one, but I got to play one. I got to borrow one for like a month over Christmas. And geez, that thing is great. It might not have the best graphics or whatever, but it has some great games. And just the innovation of that thing alone is just perfect. It's just perfect. Nintendo fanboy here, but I do agree with PlayStation over Xbox. For me, I won't say one is better than the other. I'll just say it depends on your situation, which one is going to be better for you. If you have a PC already, PlayStation's going to be better for you. If you don't, then you got to consider what type of exclusives you want. You want to play. Like, do you want to play Hellblade 2 or do you want to play the second God of War? That really just depends on what you prefer. If you prefer your Norse stuff to be more like action heavy and whatnot, or if you prefer your Norse stuff to be more psychological and puzzly and stuff. If so, then you'll go Hellblade 2. If you want more action and blah, then you'll go God of War. So, you know, it's that sort of thing. And then also how much you care about performance, because the Series X will you know, age better in terms of being able to put new parts in it and things like that. Hey Ross. Zelda Breath of the Wild is so good. I was enjoying that game when I played it over the holidays. I never finished it though because the climbing mechanic got annoying for me. At first I thought it was cool, but then it got annoying because I realized that with certain mountains you couldn't climb up them because it would just start raining as soon as you got to that mountain. Like the game was telling you, no, screw you, you can't. And that just annoyed me enough to just stop playing. And I could get how like a wooden club and things like that would, you know, wear down very quickly and all that. But I also got annoyed that like a decent steel sword would just break down after like a couple enemies. For me, that was just like, yikes. I loved the game, don't get me wrong, but those two things, when I sort of realized I'm only going to be able to play with this thing for like less than a month, yeah. Hellblade 2 Series, well, Series X and Series X and PC exclusive. I don't know if Hellblade: Senua's Sacrifice ever came to PS4, but if it did, Ninja Theory was acquired by Microsoft last year, which would explain why it is now an exclusive to Xbox. Well, not Xbox, to Microsoft, to PC, and to, you know, Xbox. So, I may or may not be using an emulator to play. Yikes. Yikes. The games that we had to play was like a Pokemon one, Overcooked, Breath of the Wild, and Mario vs. Rabbids, which is surprisingly good. Mario vs. Rabbids is surprisingly good for like an XCOM clone, you know? Did I say hi to you yet, Roz? I think so. I think I did. Oh, we're so close to that new gun, man. I just want it in my soul already, in my body. The one thing I was noticing yesterday, it wasn't so bad, but noticing yesterday while I was playing on my PlayStation 4 for the first time in a long time, was especially on God of War, I felt like I noticed like a controller input lag. And I don't think that was actual controller input lag. I think that was just me having gotten used to over 100 FPS on PC games, that I feel this slight lag on 30 FPS now. I don't actually mind looking at 30 FPS, but it's the response time that you can see between like your controller and the screen that has now started bothering me. It's only annoying when you're not in an action-packed moment though. When you're in an action-packed moment, you don't have time to notice. But when I was just running around as Kratos, I was noticing it a little bit. I love when they just line up that like that because they all camp up there. It's just perfect. It is just perfect, man. I'm gonna run away from my airstrike now. I don't even know if that's gonna get anybody. Oh yeah, look at that. Stonks. My PS3s and PS2 controllers became unusable towards the end of their lifetime. Well, my PS2 was just a hand-me-down for my best friend. When he was done with it, he said, you can have it now. So, and then the controllers stopped working as well because they'd been abused by his dogs. So it was just a matter of time before the wiring decided to, you know, say peace out. But I use my PlayStation 4 controller on PS3 games because you can just connect your PS4 controllers to PS3 as a generic Bluetooth controller. So that's what I do. Because my PS3 controller is like a really shitty version. I mean, the PS3 controller was not that great anyway, but it's like a knockoff PlayStation 3 controller. Well, not a knockoff, it's just very old. Like, I can't even get through part of one of the Ratchet & Clank games I'm in because it has like this skydive moment and you have to like move the controller left and right. And it doesn't pick it up on the PS4 because it picks the PS4 controller up as, you know, generic controller. And on the PS3 controller, the feature inside it is just broken. So I can't get past that part of the game. It's It's really annoying. Yeah, I love the PS4 controllers. For me, the king of controllers in PlayStation 2 was the king of controllers for that generation. Xbox 360, king of controllers for that generation. PlayStation 4, king of controllers for that generation. And for this one, it's still undecided, but I mean, I don't know. The PS5 controller just looks like a better version of the PS5 controller. And then the Xbox Series X controller just looks like a better version of the Series X controller. Sorry, looks like a better version of the One controller. And I think I'd rather take a better version of the PS4 controller, you know? PS3's controller feels like a toy. Yeah, it does. It does. I don't like it at all. PS2's not as much, I would say. PS2's controller, it doesn't feel as expensive as a PS4 controller, sure, but I wouldn't say it feels like as much like a cheap toy as the PS3's one does. I think the heavy backlash towards the PS3 controller is what allowed Sony to make such a good PS4 controller. At least that's how I see it. Because, you know, that then motivated them to actually kick their ass into gear and make a good controller. Yeah. Oh, that's a friend. I was turning around, but I just couldn't turn around quick enough, man. But on this whole, like, console thing, it's going to be a while before I can even afford one of the new consoles. Unless my situation changes drastically, but, I mean, I don't think it will, you know? I mean, maybe it will, but I don't want to get my hopes up or anything. So, it's probably going to take me a year to 2 years before I can even get the new one of the new consoles. So I'll probably be enjoying Hellblade 2 before I'm enjoying Horizon Zero Dawn 2, if that makes sense, just because I probably won't even have a PS5 yet.
Securing B. We're taking Charlie. Enemy near Main Street. Losing Alpha. Bravo secure.
But also, does anyone know, when they say the PS5 will be backwards compatible, they said for their 100 most played games on PS4. But does that just mean purely digitally that you buy it off the store? Does that mean you can put in disc? I really hope it means you can put in a disc. Because then I'll definitely be getting Ghost of Tsushima for PS4 and then just pop it in for PS5. But if it literally just means you can buy digital versions of the PS4 games for your PS5, that's just lame. That's just lame. That's not even really backwards compatible at that point, you know? I couldn't see past that fire, man. Okay, Lloyd boy. What, you're gonna get like a bootleg version? Polystation 5? Ah, get shredded.
Securing Alpha. Need backup at Charlie. Enemy cluster strike. Take cover. We've got Alpha.
I have no idea. Okay.
We've lost Charlie.
I should have just used my automatic weapon there.
Securing B. Enemy at the courtyard. Need backup at Alpha. Enemy care package inbound. Capture target. Enemy UAV over.
And then he just sells them at a lower price? What does he gain out of that? Then he's just losing money, isn't he?
Overhead. Enemy precision airstrike. Get down.
I remember this village that we used to go to a lot on holidays, like little family holidays. And they had like a little toy store. And they were selling poly stations in it, I remember. And I was like, I don't know, 11, and I really wanted a Polystation. Like, I knew it wasn't a PlayStation 3, but up till that point, my parents just really did not want me to have a console. That even a Polystation 3 was like appealing to me. I was playing games on PC, but the problem is my PC back then was obviously like the family computer, so I really wanted a console. To the point where I was like, I'll even take a Polystation 3. And it wasn't a money issue thing. Like, they thought, I guess, that consoles were more like hardcore gaming, you know, because they're gaming machines. They thought that it was like for the more, like, you know, hardcore gamer. Little did they know that me being relegated to PC gaming is what made me such a huge gamer. Like, but that being said, I did get to play a ton of consoles at my friends' houses, especially the PS2, because my best friend was my neighbor. So I went there almost every day to play PS2. So I mean, in a way I had a PS2. I couldn't just play it whenever I wanted, but I got to play it most days in the week for a couple years. So
We're on Charlie, stand by. All points are ours. Give them
oh great, now there's a VTOL here to ruin everybody's day. That's nice, you know, that's just wonderful. I'm just gonna stay under here for now. Ah, lowly station.
you're needed and
Yep, that's basically some Discord servers. Pretty yikes. When I was young, I sold a Polystation in a small shop inside my school. Inside your school? That's yeah, I've never heard that before. Damn, that kind of sounds like a cool school in a weird sort of way.
I think your team has B. You're needed at B.
Fuck. He dropped down way too quickly for me to be able to track him.
We're taking Alpha. Enemy care package inbound. Alpha secure.
Boom, 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 boom. No, I'm still reloading, you bastard. Remember, switching to your pistol is always faster than reloading. I should have done that. I should have done that, but you know what, guys? I forgot.
Cruise missile launched.
Yikes. Why do so many people just camp up there? It's... Regardless, I'll probably buy the PS5 on release since I'm not a PC gamer like you are. Well, I wouldn't say I'm, like, only a PC gamer, but I guess in a way I like... my preferred platform was PC. If all these games were coming out for PC, I wouldn't bother getting a console. But like, I have nothing wrong with consoles, except for exclusivity stuff. For me, that is a little fucked, but it is what it is, right? And Sony desires to completely yeet the fall. Well, most of their exclusives aren't going to be possible on PS4 because of the SSD thing. Like, for example, Ratchet & Clank Rift in Time. Being able to teleport from one map to another map just like that, pretty much. Can't do that on the hard drive in a PlayStation 4. Or the, I think, slower... Wait. I actually don't know. Yeah, I thought so. PS4s use HDDs, but pretty fast HDD for an HDD. But yeah, so like a lot of the exclusives that are going to come out for PS5, I don't think will even run on PS4. Number one, because some of them will have ray tracing. Number two, because of the SSD stuff. I mean, obviously they could just release without ray tracing, but what they can't fix is how certain components of the game will only work if you're running it through an SSD. Still yet to see how Horizon Zero Dawn... Well, Horizon Forbidden West? Still don't know how I feel about that title, honestly. Still yet to see how Horizon Forbidden West is going to deal with that, but... or rather make use of the SSD thing, but... I mean... If it's in a cool way, it's in a cool way.
Kill confirmed.
Ah, shit. This is kind of crazy. Well, it is shipment, so what do you expect, I guess? Oh, I'm gonna use this Fenric. No, give me the Fenric. I need to get kills with this thing, man, so that it can be as high level as it possibly can be by the time I actually unlock it for myself. I mean, this thing is a beast. What the hell? Like, do you just see how I just mowed down those 3 people? Just like a wet fart. It was just done. You might buy it during winter break 2020, 2021. Yeah, that makes sense. Which I guess would be summer break for me. I can imagine so many students are going to use their student loans to buy the PS5. Like, or the Xbox. But that obviously wouldn't be a smart decision, but I can see people doing it.
Kill confirmed. Friendly care package inbound. Enemy cluster strike. Take cover. Kill confirmed.
Oh no. Oh, what the hell? Ow. Damn cluster strike. I did not even mean to pick that up.
Enemy VTOL is the AO.
Definitely make sure you are good financially before making such an investment. Oh yeah, definitely. Definitely. One thing I might want to do, since I'm not streaming as much anymore, or not in such a demanding capacity, is not have a PC for a little bit, sell my Ryzen 5 CPU, Ryzen 7 CPU, and then also sell my pretty much everything of my streaming computer. Use some of that money to buy a better CPU for the single gaming PC so I can stream on it properly as well. And then use some of that other money from selling the other stuff to put towards a PlayStation 5 maybe. But I don't know how long it'll take for people to actually buy my Ryzen CPUs. But I would have to do it before the new gen comes out, because they'll become much cheaper once the new gen comes out. And then I won't be able to get a 3rd gen. So... oh, what is happening in this match? Holy shit. Like, what is happening?
Allied UAV overhead. Kill confirmed.
I like shipment, but sometimes it's just a little bit too much. I mean, seriously, what the fuck? Nice try, boy. Oh wait, I should get stims on this class.
Friendly Wilson on station. Beginning soon.
Hey, Silent. How much will you make from that? I don't know. Because I got both the CPUs in like a bundle with motherboard and RAM. But I would imagine if I sold them before the new gen comes out, I could get the Ryzen 5 for like, I don't know, 4,000 Rand, which is like $350. And I could probably get the Ryzen 7 for like 7,000 Rand, which is like $650. Which is more than enough to get a 3rd gen Ryzen 7 CPU. Thing is, I don't know how much of an improvement the 3rd gen Ryzen 7s are compared to my 2nd gen Ryzen 7, to whether maybe I just put the Ryzen 7 in this computer, the 2nd gen that I have. But I'll have to check what the prices are for these CPUs on like websites, and then charge like 2/3 the price. I would charge half if they weren't in good condition, but they've both been cooled with very good coolers. And I've got the original packaging and stock coolers as well. So I think that means I can get away with about 2/3 of the price that I bought them for. Well, How do you play Shipment? For me, Shipment isn't available. It's part of the Weekend Warfare playlist, man. See, Weekend Warfare. But I mean, even if you quick play, you'll find it eventually through just one of the map rotations. Wait, let me check. Did we get the... Hey, we got the Fenric. Otherwise known as the Vector. So let's replace my... Let's replace my Striker class. I never use that. See, look, I have a level 17 already because I've been using other people's Fenrics. Lol. I can put a bunch of stuff on here already, actually. I need sleight of hand badly, though. I need sleight of hand. Because it takes forever to reload this thing for some reason. Yeah, I'm going to leave it without paint for now. But it seems that Weekend Warfare just has some of the most popular maps in the game going through. It's been a nice playlist because it's meant I don't have to play only one map, but it's also meant I don't have to play like Azir Cave and, you know, just Petrograd, all those terrible maps. What's my highest level weapon? I don't know. I've got a lot of them maxed, so... Well, on my assault rifles, it looks like it's the M4. Okay, well, I couldn't check for you properly, so I have no idea.
Enemy UAV overhead.
Alright, let's try this thing, man. Well, I already know what it's like, but with my...
Team deathmatch.
attachments. It's maxed, and I am about to get gold on it. I think I maxed my Grau. I only have gold on one weapon, though, the MP5. Because I thought that if I thought that I was gonna get like the metallic color for it, not gold. I don't even like the gold look that much in this card. Shit. Because of how quickly the mag drops in this, you really have to make sure of what you're firing at. Holy shit, I mean, just look at that.
Enemy at the warehouse.
I've nearly lost all my ammunition already. Ready? That didn't... Okay. I felt like that was enough.
Enemy precision airstrike. Take cover.
Ugh. Best on DLC camera was the diamond in Black Ops 2. I disagree with that. I mean, it's fine if that's what you believe, but for me, it was gold in COD 4. Because gold in COD 4 was more like a dirty gold, kind of like copper brass look, which I really, really liked. I didn't like when they started making gold like super shiny and like proper like gold. Gold in like the dirty gold that like it had on COD 4 was perfect for like an AK-47 and all that, which, yeah, I love that. Black Ops 2 was really good, yeah, but for me, I preferred COD 4 to it.
Enemy at the shop.
I would put Black Ops 2 above Modern Warfare 2. Lots of people wouldn't, but, well, I mean, I would. I don't know, maybe since my first COD was COD 4, I feel like Modern Warfare 2 is really, really great, but a little overrated, personally. While I like the story of Modern Warfare 2 as well, I just feel like the tone change from COD 4 to Modern Warfare 2 in terms of story We went from kind of like overblown action in COD 4, but like with semi-normal people, to where in Modern Warfare 2 it was like even more overblown action with like a dude who wears a skull mask or something, you know, and all that. I don't know. For me, COD 4 was better than Modern Warfare 2, and so was Black Ops 2. So was Black Ops 1.
Strike incoming. Take cover.
I guess my favorite CODs probably goes COD 4 at the top. Black Ops 2 and Black Ops 1 in like, you know, they're like on the same plane. And then Modern Warfare 2 after, no, actually I tell a lie. Then Call of Duty World at War, then Modern Warfare 2. A lot of people discount World at War, and I don't know why. It was a great game, both for multiplayer and single player. It's such a unique atmosphere in the single player as well. I think that's the one COD remaster, campaign remaster I want the most. Jeez, smack me in the head. Oh, how many times I gotta shoot you, honestly? Modern Warfare 2, the best story in your opinion? Black Ops stories is shit. Oof, hard disagree there. For me, one of the things I hate about Modern Warfare's stories, even though I love them, all three of them, is how you're always a silent protagonist. The only time that you're not is in Modern Warfare 3 when you play as Price in the final mission. And for me, that just made no sense. It's like, even when you play as Soap in Modern Warfare 2, he's been chatty the whole time throughout Modern Warfare 2. He's back to being a mute as soon as you play him in Modern Warfare 2. What I really liked about Black Ops was, well, it had more of a... The story of Black Ops 1 was legitimately, like, better written. Like, COD 4 story is great and has some really cool themes, but, you know, just what they did with Black Ops 1's story of, like, seeing things through Mason's eyes, and then, you know, it's kind of revealed how batshit crazy it is and how most of what you've seen is kind of not the way it actually went down. Oh, I love that. And, well, Modern Warfare 2's story was good, but if you really break down the characters, sometimes their motivations are a little bit questionable.
Pull back, soldier. Fight another day.
Sometimes their motivations are a little bit like, you know, there was a much smarter way to do this, right? Like, I don't know. Like, for example, Shepard's whole thing. Maybe I'm missing something here, but, you know, he kills Ghost and Roach, and, yeah, and it's like... I get it's because, like, they find out things about Shepard that are bad, like the nuke thing, but... If you think about where Price was during Modern Warfare 2, he probably would have agreed with Shepard's methods with the nuke. And I think Shepard would actually be smart enough to realize that Price would actually, you know, agree with him there. And then Price would probably be able to sway everybody else as well. And then all that Shepard really wants is to beat, you know, to win the war. And that's what everybody else wants as well. So, like, the story makes sense if you look through it in a certain lens, but you can also look through it in a different lens and go like, you know, press X to doubt. Whereas in Black Ops 1 and 2, the motivations for characters was a lot stronger and made a lot more sense in my opinion, and it had the story dealt with family as well, which I really liked in Black Ops 1 and 2. I thought that was quite unique compared to other Call of Duty games. You think Alex is also a little chatty? I assume you mean Alex Mason? Well, he's not. It's not that he's that chatty. I mean, he just replies when Woods says something to him like a normal human being. I mean, sure. I guess he seems chatty compared to who you play as in Modern Warfare games where you're not speaking at all. But it's not like he's a blabbermouth. I mean, he just speaks when spoken to most of the time. Alex Mason. And again, I'm not saying that I don't like Modern Warfare 2. I love it. But for me, I think it's just a little bit overrated. Obviously for others it isn't, but I'm talking about my personal, you know, I'm talking about my personal thoughts about it. So if you disagree, that's perfectly alright. But this is, you know, just what I think.
We're on Alpha. Stand by.
And I guess the reason why I would put World at War's story above Modern Warfare 2's story is because really it had like, it captured that thing that COD 4 captured. That Modern Warfare 2 failed to capture, in my opinion, which is having a really, like, which was having a very fleshed out and very unique sort of style, you know. COD 4, even in the more action-packed missions, had that sort of, for a COD game at least, that sort of grounded, like, sort of either espionage or all-out, you know, like American modern war type vibe. And World at War had like that sort of just eerie horrors of war thing going on, right? Like with when you're going through like war-torn Berlin, and there's like the ghostly screams of people that used to live there, and the way the limbs get torn off with grenades and everything. Yeah, just such strong styles, I suppose, in those two games,
They've got 2 objectives. Keep hitting them.
which is why I'd put it above. And I know that Modern Warfare 2 has its own style, but I feel like its own style is one that really borrows a lot from action movies.
Securing.
And of course all CODs do this, but I just feel like Modern Warfare 2 did it more than other Modern Warfare games. Or more than other COD games, I should say.
Alpha secure.
And I'm talking up to Modern Warfare 3, up to Black Ops 2. Because after that, obviously, COD got just very, very generic. So I feel like I'm talking about this too much, so I'm gonna stop. I feel like I might be, I don't know. I know that my opinion is very unpopular, probably. Oh, I see your head. Damn it. Oh wait, I should be using my Vector, I just realized. Not because it's necessarily that good for this map, but I just want to level it up. When I can finally get... Oh. When I can get a monolithic suppressor to add to the damage range, and attack laser and sleight of hand, oh, that's gonna make this thing amazing.
Charlie secure.
Because it reloads pretty slowly.
Friendly care package inbound.
And considering it's a 20-round weapon, that's a little yikes. Ooh, ouch.
Enemy beach hole in the AO.
Oh, bro. I'm trying to think, what other games are coming out?
Precision airstrike inbound. They've got 2
When's Ghostwire Tokyo coming out?
securing Alpha.
Is that next year? I think since we only just saw gameplay like last week, I think it probably is next year, right?
Taking Charlie.
Ghostwire Tokyo is not what I expected it to be, honestly, but in a good way. Honestly, in a good way. The atmosphere is kind of what I expected, but not the gameplay, if that makes sense.
Assist your team at A.
Like the fact that you're literally in first person doing like hand signs and shit and throwing fireballs, and like, you know, you got your katana and everything, and you can go to different worlds, and yeah, it looks sick, man. Looks sick to me. I mean, what can I say? You know, it just looks great.
They've got 2 objectives. Keep it. Get those positions. We've
Oh, I thought I was capturing it. You really have to hug these points. Oh, now.
Charlie secure.
Enemy at the back alley.
Securing Alpha. Assist your team at Charlie. Securing A.
Oof, this thing shreds at close range, like, jeez.
Get those positions. We're being dominated.
Oh, hey. Hey-oh. Oh, that was close.
Enemy care package inbound. Securing Bravo.
Oh, I thought you were an enemy.
Enemy near Main Street.
Oh, ow.
Enemy holds 2 objectives. Take them back.
Wait, I thought it was a 20-round mag, not a 25-round mag. Well, a surprise to be sure, but a welcome one. Oh, eat this! That was close.
Good copy. Strike in. Get those positions. We're being dominated.
Wait, that's not getting anybody? Bruh. Surely.
Enemy UAV overhead. No hits on that run. We're holding Alpha. Alpha, go. Charlie secure.
That was kind of close, bro. That was kind of close, man.
Enemy cruise
Enemy
missile
at the construction
incoming.
site.
Securing B.
Imperium Romanvn.
Hostiles are taking Charlie.
I do not know how to say a name. What about start to do some damage? Well, I'm top of my team, so, you know. There's that, I suppose.
Securing A. Enemy holds all objectives. Retake those points. Securing Bravo.
What? Come on. But maybe this is more what you're looking for.
Got Alpha. Securing Charlie.
That's a lot of damage. Oh. Ah. Phil Swift though. What a legend. A meme that will never expire, in my opinion, just like Shrek. Phil Swift is just one of those memes that, you know, there's certain memes that have like a lifespan of a couple days or like a week or maybe even a year, but there are certain memes that will just never go out of style. Like Phil Swift, Ainsley Harriott, and Shrek. Those memes are just, you know, they're just a, you know, they're never gonna go out of style. Of course, there'll be ones that are more like, you know, in trend, but, you know, it's never, you're never gonna see a Ainsley Harriott meme and go like, oh, that's so old now. It's Ainsley Harriott, you know what I mean? I'm glad you like that. I'm just gonna call you Empri, because that's the easiest part of your name to say. Or Roman. Actually, let's go with Roman. Let's go bowling. What should be the meme of the decade, according to you? That's difficult, man. That's difficult. Wow. Meme of the decade. I don't know.
Enemy at the building.
I don't know. Well, the one that made me laugh the most the first time I saw it was probably... Oh, it's going to be a toss-up between Ainsley Harriott or Big Man Tyrone for me. What's up, Kekistani's internet viewers and cheeky scrubs? Big Man Tyrone here. So, yeah. I don't know, man. But it's between Ainsley Harriott and Big Man Tyrone for me. Think it should be... Nah, Press F to Pay Respect is cool. It's good, but it never made me laugh. You know? I mean... This is way better than Press F to Pay Respect. Big Man Tyrone is just the best. Especially since there's always new meme potential for him because, you know, people pay him to say random shit for them in their videos. So there's always going to be some new thing that he said that's like, bruh. But I get how you could give Press F to Pay Respect meme of the decade just in terms of, well, like you said, you know, it's become part of the ecosystem of gamers in a way. In that way, I get it. In that way, I get it. I promise for my next live stream I will use a different thumbnail, but I just couldn't be bothered today to do a different thumbnail. Also, I need to clean up this background. Like, the shelf's a mess, man.
Weapons hot. No quarter given.
Someone's gonna come down this pipe, I'm telling you. Oh, maybe not. Maybe not. Oh, yeah, baby. Oh, this thing is just... It just tears people up. Like, I love it.
Kill confirmed.
I thought I was ready, but I was not ready, I guess. Ooh, that was close.
Step it up. Kill confirmed.
Don't know why I did a pointless 360. I guess that's just the COD gamer's way, huh? This new assault rifle's pretty amazing as well. What the hell? It's like a better AK-47.
Kill confirmed.
I guess that's sort of what you should expect from a Galil. Will you stream even if you had 0 viewers? Well, I had 0 viewers for about 5 minutes just there, so yes. Also, when I was streaming on Twitch for like the first month, I had 0 viewers most of the time. So, yeah, of course. Oh, bruh, I couldn't see. I mean, I was like, you know. Obviously, it's a little like to see 0 viewers, but it's not gonna stop me.
Confirmed. We pulled ahead.
You just gotta push forward, man. If you focus on it, then you're never gonna get anywhere else, right?
Kill confirmed.
Bruh. I can't even judge that because I used to do that all the time in Modern Warfare 3. I think once I got sleight of hand on this, I'm not going to mind that the mag is only 25 at all. Whoa. Come at me, bitch. Shotgun is the perfect secondary for this class. Because it's the greatest thing to just whip out like a long schlong when your mag's done. That's a true attitude to have. Thanks, man. I mean, I've been having it for 5 years in a way. Not just with streaming, with YouTube too, because I started making YouTube videos like 5 years ago. That being said, not that consistently. I was consistent for like a bit, then on and off for a while, and now for the past, I think, 2.5 months I've been consistent. And well, I've went up from like 200 and something, 210 subs to 325 in these past 2.5 or so months, which I consider good, you know, for a small creator to get an extra 100 something subs in like 2.5 months. You know, I think that's good. And now that I'm making 2 to 3 to 4 videos a week, well, yeah, let's just hope the train keeps going, I suppose. I think one thing that was holding me back for a while was I started focusing heavily on live streaming on Twitch, and I didn't really make much YouTube content because of that. And the thing about that was, well, I made money on Twitch. I make no money on YouTube, so that's a sucky thing, but I made money on Twitch. But like, the thing about it is, just because of the way Twitch is, you know, your growth can easily get just stunted at a certain point. And like there's sort of like ceiling that you can hit as well. Whereas with YouTube, I just feel like when you're making videos and stuff, it's a lot easier to be unique, and also you can get more work done while living a healthier lifestyle. If that makes sense. In terms of, I don't know how to put it really. Oh yeah, in terms of like, say I did an 8-hour stream, I could only take a little bit off of that to go to the bathroom or get something to eat, which isn't a very healthy lifestyle. If I'm going to be editing a video for 8 hours, I can take a 15-minute break to have lunch, or, you know, go on a walk, or I don't know what, you know, or exercise or something, which was not possible when live streaming all the time. So I think even just that part of my life is so much better since I got off Twitch and stopped live streaming like every day, you know, and just started doing it on YouTube a little bit, like twice a week or something. How'd you manage to get 300 subs with this content? I know that's a joke, but that kind of hurts, bro. I like put so much work into this shit. Like I get it's a joke. I'm not necessarily offended, but I don't know. Maybe I'd find it funny if I had more subs. But I assume the first part of it was legitimate. I don't know. I'm gonna answer it like it was. I guess the answer to that is just making lots of videos, networking with some people. I definitely got subscribers on my channel from Twitch, if that makes sense. People went from my Twitch to my YouTube. But since my content that I was making when I was on Twitch was pretty shit, that I will just, yeah, I agree. Obviously, the turnover rate of view to sub wasn't that great, which I deserved because my YouTube videos when I was on Twitch a lot were just really lazy. So, you know, makes sense. After this match, I'll actually show you, like, because I could make videos better than what I made while I was on Twitch, but I just didn't because I felt like drained all the time, and it just is not that great, I suppose. I'll show you after this match what I mean. Just a little snippet. I've seen you grind the past month or so. I think you got something good going on. Thanks, I appreciate it. I appreciate it. You know, it'll just be such a win when I finally get to 1,000 subs on YouTube. Because, well, I mean, my videos are going to get demonetized, definitely. But there's something about just knowing that I will have the permission to monetize and be at 1,000 subs and all that. That's going to be really nice. And also at 1,000 subs, you get the ability to, like, do a community post on YouTube as well, which I think is a great way to remind people that, hey, a video is coming out in a couple hours, as opposed to having to rely on my Discord to do that, which is obviously a fraction of the people that sub to me. You know. And seriously, how'd you publicize? Yeah, I know you added the little joke. And I'll answer it again, I guess. Obviously, people just find your stuff organically through all the videos that you make. And then when I was on Twitch, I did have a link to my YouTube channel and stuff, so people would maybe go there and subscribe from that. Also, I did get that little shout out on Anton's second channel, which maybe brought in about 20-30 subscribers. Well, actually probably more like 20 on, you know, Angry Cut Gaming. And then obviously I've gotten maybe some of my friends to sub, but that only makes up like 15. So I don't know, I guess most of it is just posting tons of videos, and some of them get like thousands of views, and then maybe those get subscribes and whatnot. I've been seeing a lot of unsubscriptions lately, and I think that's due to the fact that a lot of my popular videos are like anime re-edits. And then when people see that my main content isn't like anime re-edits, then they unsub, which is fine. I mean, you know, I don't blame that at all. But even though I'm seeing people unsubbing, I think for that very reason, I'm seeing lots of new subs as well, which is great. I do not want to be here when that thing's going off. Is it even going to kill anybody? Bruh.
No hits on that run. Kill confirmed.
Came from Antoni, stayed for Randioni. Thanks. It's quality content, thanks Triangle. I mean, I could definitely make it better, but to make it better, I'd have to spend longer editing. So instead of like 5 to 8 hours editing a video, I'd have to spend longer, which when you're talking about current events, can't really afford to do that. And then production side, I would need lighting equipment. I would need better camera, better lens, you know, maybe a second camera, which obviously I need money for that. Which I do not have much of. So, yeah. I think I'm making my videos as good as I possibly can with what I have. Some scuffed lighting gear that I kind of DIY'd myself. My camera, which the lens is quite zoomed, so it's very limited where I can put the camera. And then again, considering most of my videos I'm talking about topical stuff that's going to be what nobody cares about after like a couple days, I have to make sure that I'm not spending more than 8 hours on a video. That even goes for the reviews, right? Because the reviews are like slightly less topical in that maybe somebody wants to see a review for something like a year down the line, but most of the views are going to come from when this thing is new. So reviews, I tend to spend 8 to 12 hours as opposed to 5 to 8 hours on a video. Like, what makes the reviews take longer, obviously, is formulating more of a, like what I'm going to say. I can't think of the words now, but formulating an actual, you know, plan with what I'm going to say. Even though it's not scripted per se, I know a lot more what I'm going to say than in a, like, topical video. On top of that, the little skits I do at the beginning, even if the skit is just like 10 seconds long, 7 seconds long, like the Space Force one, you know, I have to think about what the skit is first, which sometimes can take a while. Like with the Space Force one, I had to think about that for about half a day before I came up with the idea for the little joke. And then you have to think about, okay, where can I film this? Especially during Corona, it's like, it has to be, you know. And since my camera is pretty hard to handle, since it's a photography camera that I'm using for video, not just anybody can pick it up and just wave it around, you know, because the autofocus is horrible, and you have to obviously know how to focus pull, and you know, my only friend who knows how to do that is way too busy to help me with my little YouTube videos, so I have to think of something fairly static, and I have to think of where I can do it. And then obviously I have to try and make the lighting semi-decent with my shitty lighting that I have. So that takes up time. And then obviously the difficult dichotomy with my reviews is I try to add in more edits, you know, like more funny edits, because it's a review, it should be more high effort. But at the same time, because I'm reviewing something, I don't want to be cutting off my like train of, not necessarily my train of thought, because that happens real time, but you know, like the point I'm getting across, I don't want to interrupt that too much. So it's like really just finding the right moments, you know, which I'm obviously still very much learning how to do. Like my good friend, well, I only know him online, but I mean, you know, I've known him for like 2 years now, and he's about 15 years older than me, so I get a lot of advice from him. And I mean, he told me that sometimes he thinks I should just back down on the edits a little bit, because sometimes he's getting really into what I'm saying and, you know, wants to hear the end of my point, and then there's like a long joke, which I can see. That makes sense to me, you know. I get that. And I don't think he's saying don't have lots of edits. I think he's just saying know when not to, you know. Which was very useful advice for me, at least, because you might be able to see that advice in my last review, which is the Space Force one. It's kind of fucked that you don't have at least 1,000 subs, though. Yeah, I mean, I've thought that to myself before, since I've been on this channel for 5 years, but then I have to remember what this channel was and has changed so much over the 5 years. The commitment I've put into it has changed so much over the 5 years. There was tons of commitment at first, because high school I didn't really, and then exams, and then I couldn't really, you know, and then like what I was doing at first was gameplay videos, right? And like let's plays and montages and stuff, and then I changed that up but to what I'm doing now, but I didn't really know how to, you know, get a solid formula for it. And then my effort would just be very inconsistent, whereas now I've been consistent for like 3 months. Constantly getting better, I suppose. And really perfecting my kind of formula in the sense of the music I use. It's always by the same artists. Usually it's the same 2 songs, but for my Forgotten Games series, which of right now there's only 1 episode. I don't want to call it an episode, that makes it sound more than it is. There's only 1 of that series out. But I use a different music track from the same people for that. And then obviously the font and the way I edit and the face distortions and all that stuff. You know, and the memes and blah, blah. I guess you could say the way I like to do my channel is I'm like a mix of Angry Joe, what's his name? Grande, the meme guy, and then Jeremy Johns, I guess. Well, actually, probably more like Chris Stuckman. Like I would say I'm like a mix of those 3, which hopefully creates something new. I mean, I don't know how unique you guys think my content is. Obviously, talking about movies and games is not that unique, but I mean in the way I approach it. Maybe it's not that unique. I mean, I don't know what you guys think. I know you think it's good, but whether it's all that unique, I mean, I don't know. I try to make it something different, but I mean, I don't know if it really is that different. And sorry, I know I'm babbling on a lot and not reading chat, but I don't know. Figured since you guys watch my stuff, you'd like to know this information. I need to clickbait more. I mean, I'm not going to clickbait to where something's untrue, but I kind of do clickbait already. A little bit, right? Like, just look at my title for the PS5 event video I made. That's pretty clickbaity. Especially since the title of that video is based off of like 40 seconds in the video itself. So that's sort of clickbaity already, right? I kind of like try to clickbait with like dramatically titled videos, but without like lying, you know. I got like 700 subs from a single comment on a video once. Jeez. I have some comments that are pretty popular, like 5.6k likes on it, but it's brought me some subscribers, but not enough. Your phone probably has a better video capabilities? Nah. Because you see, phones have good video capabilities, but only in the right lighting situations. Which this room is not the right lighting situations. At all. Phone cameras are only good in moderate to high light situations. Low light, which is what this room is, since I need to be keeping the color consistent, phone is a disaster. And on top of that, I would need a phone tripod, which I don't have. So for in here, my camera is far better. Far, far better. I'll tell you what I do film on my phone, though, is the B-roll for my box set reviews. So, like, in my Lord of the Rings... Oh, no, wait, not on my Lord of the Rings one, because I did that before I started doing B-roll for those. But, like, for my Mass Effect trilogy video, the B-roll on that of, like, the box set itself, when I'm talking about everything and you're seeing, like, close-ups, that's done by my phone camera in our kitchen, because we have, like, skylight. So, midday... It's just perfect lighting to film that. I kind of messed up on my Batman one, though. It was way too bright, and I had to color grade it in a very weird way to make it work. My tripod and lighting one cost more than $50. The tripod, yes. The lighting... No, I'm sorry. That's very ill-informed. Like, yes, I get what you're saying. You can make something DIY that it costs less, but it's not going to cost $50 only. Well, actually, you're saying combined, so it's not going to cost like $20 for the lighting. That's just not how it works. I actually need to sort of repair my lighting that I have right now because only one bulb works. So I need to get 2 new LED bulbs. And a new metal connector so that it actually conducts in one of the fittings. But I had to buy one of those kitchen light fittings. I had to buy a tripod, like a microphone tripod, and then I had to drill the fitting onto the microphone tripod and then buy LED bulbs and screw those in. And then I've got this like floodlight as well, the small floodlight. Budget lighting is 60 USD. Yeah, 60 I can see. Like if you're using all that money on the lighting, all of it. But if we're gonna combine costs and say $50 and then some of that will be for the lighting, yeah, that's just not realistic. That's not happening.
Hardpoint contested. One minute remaining.
But I think my lighting is more than sufficient with with my camera right now in here. What I really want to do is get a better lens so I can be at a shallower depth of field so things look sharper. And also so that I can not be so zoomed in the whole time, so I can have my camera closer. Because it is a bloody pain to focus pull that. Well, not focus, but to get it in focus with how zoomed in my lens is. Some things just straight up won't go in focus if I'm too close to the camera. Yeah, I know I don't need perfect equipment. I mean, LED bulbs on a kitchen skirting is far from perfect. Far from perfect. But if I just buy some dim-ass yellow bulbs for like $20 and then nail them onto like a wooden plank, that's gonna honestly be worse than just using the room light, because it'll be a terrible white balance that you won't even really be able to fix in post, and it'll just be too dim anyway to even matter.
Next hardpoint. Let's go.
All it will really do is change the white balance. Oh wait, this was small brain. I'm small brain right now. But somehow, okay, never mind. What camera do you use? I use a Nikon D5500. Great for photography, and with a new lens, it'll even be great for video, but only like very static video, because it has autofocus, but the autofocus is notoriously bad. If you watch any reviews about the camera, that's the first thing they'll say, is that the autofocus is just horrible.
Hardpoint contested. Location secured.
What I really want to get is a Canon XA25, because that has brilliant autofocus. It can go to 3 f-stop, which is more than enough. It does decently in low light, and it has XLR inputs. So that would really shake things up for me in a good way. I think your content has quite a bit of charm, which is good. I check it out every week and watch whatever you've uploaded in the week. It's pretty engaging. Thank you. I appreciate that. And sorry I only read that now. It's just so chill. What, my content is chill? Really? I would think it's not chill. Wait, let me show you some of my old stuff now. From while I was on Twitch and just how low effort it was. It'll be down here a little bit. Yeah, like my 1917 review. Gets about the same views as my videos now, but I mean, look at this. What is this?
1917. What did I think of it? Amazing.
It's
the
not.
Concept of the whole one
You can
take,
see the same
movie,
type
and
of
yes, of
like.
course, there's hidden cuts, but it still feels continuous. It feels real.
You can see this. You can see the same type of style as like my videos now, but it's obviously far less
Star Wars.
effort in it.
Star Wars.
You know, so yeah. I guess that makes my point. Maybe sell a few of your stuff. Yeah, I'm considering it. But if I do, I won't be able to do these streams. And I know you guys like them, even though there's so few of you. Iconic Zeppy. What's up? I'm new. Well, welcome. Hope your day's going well, man. Hope your day's going well. We can go even further down the damn list here. Like there was a time where my content was so... like, just look at how I do this. I have these like lo-fi intros. It's so cringe, man.
Hey!
Hold up. Let me get to what I'm talking about. I thought this was the shit. And I'm like, no. Now I realize that, like, a long-ass intro like this, it isn't even that well edited. It's just like, nobody wants to see that, you know? You know, like, nobody gives a shit to see that, right? And I mean, if we go right to the beginning of my channel, also you can see anime edits here. So if we go right to the beginning of my channel, it was like gameplay videos and like a vlog, I guess. And I mean, just look at how low effort this is. Hey guys, Andy here. I haven't seen in a while. This is just a quick little update video. Okay, that's enough of that. Holy shit. That's enough of that. Thanks. That's enough of that. That's all I needed to see. Oh, that was very cringe for me to look at. Anyway. So I've definitely gone through a journey on this channel. That's for sure. Like, why'd I even do an update video when I was getting like less than 20 views in every video? I mean... Oh yeah, you wanted the story of back then because of how I looked? So essentially, there were two things that caused me to look that way back then. The first one is... Well, actually, I don't know which one came... Yeah, okay, so the first one was I had a terrible... I don't know if it... I know food poisoning started it, but I don't know why it lasted so long. Week and a half, vomiting, with fever, and I lost a ton of weight because of that. I lost probably about 5 kilos from that. And then, in the next year, when I just started recovering, I had another crazy fever where if I had gone like a degree higher, I probably would have needed to go to the hospital. I was sweating buckets. And that brought me to, and just bear in mind, I'm 6'3", okay? Okay, well that wasn't in that video, but that was like in between there. That brought me down to 55 kilograms as a 6'3" person. So yeah, just skirting some very yikes lines right there. Now I'm 75 kilograms. Which is good, you know. I like being 75 kilograms and not 55. So yeah, it was quite the time. Quite the time that was. So it was a mix of when I started to exercise fairly seriously, and then I just started to eat so much just to, you know, just to recover from being that low weight. But it, you know, it took a while to really get the regiment to get back to. Well, I would say I'm better than I was even before the food poisoning and everything, but you know, to get back to normal, so to say. So, what was I saying? I don't even remember. Well, I know what I was talking about, but I forgot what I wanted to say after that, you know? Shit. Oh yeah, like definitely, besides eating a lot more food to just, you know, spike back, One thing that helped on top of the exercise was doing a lot of rock climbing. Because obviously you just get hungrier and hungrier if you're doing stuff like that. So at 1,000 subs, GF revealed, if I had one. Well, who knows? Maybe by 1,000 subs I will. But this coronavirus thing is really slowing that down. You know, I feel like it's kind of a bad idea to try and get involved like that during this time. Ah! Shit. And I guess also the way I look at it is like, most of the people I've met, okay, there's like 2 people that no, actually, scratch that. There's one person who I think I could have had a relationship with, but I kind of realized too late, and by that point it was like, yeah. And then second person, well, I don't think I would have had a good relationship with them anyway, but I kind of messed it up because our second ever date was, you know, grade 12 dance, which is quite a lot of pressure there because that was my second date ever as well. And then third person I liked was married, so obviously, you know, I can't really do anything there. Everybody else I've met, I just keep friends because I don't like them enough to, you know, try start a relationship, I suppose. And then the way I just look at it is like, if I got like a GF now, it would mean I wouldn't be able to put as much time into things like, well, just everything, you know, like freelance work when I can find it, into YouTube, into saxophone practice, all that sort of thing, you know. So I feel like for now I don't really mind that much. Well, man, it's 1:38 a.m. here. Oh yeah, you're in Australia, aren't you? Poopy, I always forget. Have a good rest of the stream. Thanks, man. I appreciate it. Have a good sleep. Have a good sleepy sleep. Join the Discord, by the way. True. I can paste the link for you if you want to join. If you don't want to, that's obviously fine as well. Do it. Okay, I will. Just let me have one last life here. I'm probably gonna die as soon as I turn this corner anyway. Oh, no. Okay, let me get a link here. Let me get a link. I'll make it expire in an hour, just cause, you know.
Enemy UAV overhead.
There it is. If it doesn't work, you can just let me know. Let's reload before going into the pipe. Oh, come on. And then it wasn't even in the pipe that got me. Ah. That's how I feel about that, man. That's how I feel about that. Discord is fun. It is fun. It's a little retarded, but it's fun. I mean, I'm a little retarded as well, so, you know. And Poopy Corn, once you incriminate yourself enough, you're gonna get a nickname on the Discord, just like everybody else who is an active enough member. If you're an active enough member, you'll probably get an incriminating nickname soon enough. Cool work. I'll catch you later. All right. See ya. Have a nice sleep. Have a nice sleep. I guess my cousins in Australia are also sleeping right now. Kind of weird to think about while I'm here playing games, you know? While I'm here wide awake. Wait, what the hell? Is this the actual Phil Swift? Because if so, he just posted this. Can you see? It's just a bunch of letters. I don't think it is the actual Phil Swift. He'd be verified if it was. Let me check. I think it's the only Phil Swift account on Twitter, though. Well, the only one with like 200,000, you know. Yeah, I think it is the real Phil Swift. Yeah, it's the actual Phil Swift. Nice. I just realized how based his tweets are. Read that. Flex seal, liquid flex, tape, flex, paste, flex, shot, flex, glue, flex. You know what the hell is this? What's up with your trim? It's very interesting. What do you mean my trim? Like my hair? Well, my hair always looks retarded when it's under headphones, man. I just have crazy hair. I don't know what to tell you. My hair's just... I get mixed responses on my hair. Some people love my hair. Some people do not like my hair. I've just learned to love it because it is what it is. It's crazy hair, and it's never gonna not be that way, even when it's fairly short. I literally have to buzz cut it to tame it.
Location secured. We're in control.
Come on, reload. Ow. Does not feel, because it's a public holiday here, it does not feel like Tuesday. I have to keep reminding myself that it's not Saturday today. I'm having trouble thinking of what to make a video about tomorrow. Like, I honestly don't know. What this week might have to be is wait for news to come out that is worthy of making videos on, and then just grind it out over the weekend, you know. No breaks, just make 2-3 videos over the weekend. That's how it is sometimes when all the big stuff only gets revealed later in the week, you know. And, well, what's big depends on the week, but you know what I mean. Just something worth making a video about, I suppose. But that Squadrons video I made, I literally only spent 2 hours on it. It had about the same amount of effort as my other videos, but I was just like on a roll. I knew exactly what I wanted to say, exactly what jokes I wanted to put where, and just I didn't plateau. I just kept editing and editing, and yeah. So something that usually would take me like 5-6 hours took me like 2. That Squadrons video. I have no idea why. I guess nothing motivates me like a not necessarily a bad, but like a lackluster Star Wars trailer. That'll get me fired up enough to just... Love how as I made that sound effect, a precision airstrike came in with like the same sound effect. Oh, and sometimes my hair can look even crazier on videos, because oftentimes with videos I just don't even care what my hair looks like. I just record because it's about what I'm saying, not about, you know. Like, my hair looks absolutely, like, my hair looks the craziest it's been in a few videos, time in the Squadrons video. Like, I just watched the trailer and I just went at it, you know. Oh, thought I had more in the mag. I might almost max this Vector just in this stream. Oh, yeah, I was hoping I could get a kill in 4 bullets, but no. That's the main limiting factor, is 25 bullets and a pretty slow reload.
Hardpoint secure.
Just prone, they won't notice you. Oh, perfect. I could shoot that, what do you call it? I gotta reload, man. Somehow I picked up a Fenric that wasn't mine. Holy crap, holy crap, holy crap.
Get ready, we're about to move. Enemy position.
Actually, how long have we... Okay, it's been 2 hours. Stream has been 2 hours.
Location secure.
Reload, reload, come on. The reload is just not fast enough. I need sleight of hand. Was that a new barrel that I just unlocked? It looks like it. I thought... No, I'm still reloading. Damn it. Ah, yeah, it was a new barrel. Nice. Well, we've nearly got sleight of hand. Ooh. Ooh. Bruh.
Enemy's taken the hard point. Enemy UAV overhead.
Holy crap.
Precision airstrike available. On your mark.
If only I had a bigger mag there. You're gonna go study now? Alright, see ya, Junux. Thanks for watching, bro. Good luck studying.
Enemy in the dumpster.
Strike 3-1, good copy. Strike inbound.
Enemy at the forklift.
This match is going real well for me.
Correct hit.
Oh.
Precision airstrike available. On your mark. Hardpoint
Oh, I got another precision airstrike.
the hardpoint. Strike 3-1, good copy. Strike inbound.
Ow. Oh, I got 2 kills.
Less than a minute. We're winning this fight. Hold 'em. Correct hit.
No. Hopefully someone else joins to keep you company. I mean, I was thinking about maybe ending soon anyway, so... I mean, we've done 2 hours. That's quite a bit. Dude. That play, man. But I think I'll go until I get my Vector sleight of hand.
Stand by to move.
Man, this thing is just...
Enemy at the forklift.
I love it. I love using it.
Precision airstrike available. Go.
All it needs is sleight of hand and a monolithic suppressor, and then it's just going to be perfect.
30 seconds.
Enemy at the cargo.
I have 72 kills.
Taking the hardpoint. Allied cruise missile away. Hardpoint locked. Striker 3-1, good copy. Strike inbound. Hardpoint secure. Contact on target.
Oof, that was close.
Enemy UAV overhead. Hardpoint locked.
Oh. Nearly got me, but he didn't. But he didn't though. Oh. Oh, 78 kills. 78 kills. Shipment can go really great sometimes. I got player of the game. Nice. That made me happy. 28. Oh. With 4 defense. Feels good, man. I'm totally putting the Vector as my favorite weapon now. And Ram Ranch just is the perfect name for this class. So much ramage. I think Sleight of Hand is going to be this one. We're pretty close to level 39. We're pretty close to level 39. I would like to put a camo on this though. But what camo is actually going to look good? I mean, that's what I don't know. None of this looks that great. That's... I don't know. I think it's nice just black on its own, you know. Okay, the Vector is going to be interesting on this map, but playable. Definitely going to be playable. I think once I've got Sleight of Hand, I'm going to end stream and then exercise and shower. And then, well, I'm going to start thinking about what video to make. But I guess that can only really come when the news comes, when some news hits us. So.
Capture the objective. Enemy took the high point. Enemy personal radar in the air.
Oh, come on. Oof. There's a guy in the window as well. Yeah, I saw ya.
We control the hard point. Enemy care package inbound.
Reload, reload.
Hard point lost.
Oh, I got like no ammo now. Literally 6 bullets, that's it. Oh, I picked up somebody else's. Nice. Nice, that make me happy. That make me smile. Nice. Oh, yikes.
Friendly precision airstrike on the next hard point. Go.
I probably shouldn't be crawling on here, but it's happening now. I probably shouldn't pick that fight. Whoa, 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 whoa.
Enemy at the center.
He really thinks that coming up on a Vector would be the best way to deal with me? Bruh. Wow.
We're about to move.
Okay, 0 ammo on that now. Let me guess, he's in the window. Yep.
Next hard point. Go.
Oof. Gotta rely on my shotgun for a little bit now. Kinda. Oh. Sorry about hitting the mic there.
The hard point is ours.
That was like the whole mag, literally.
Hard point contested.
But I mean, what can you expect? It's a submachine gun.
Enemies got the hard point. Hard point contested. The hard point is ours.
That guy wasn't at the window. That would have been noise.
The hard point.
Oh, bruh. Oof, they really dug in, huh?
Go.
Oh.
Enemies got the hard point. We've taken the hard point.
Enemy near Main Street.
Enemy personal radar in the air.
Oh shit. Bruh, 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 bruh. I'm still reloading, no.
Taking the hard point. Enemy care package
Oh, my
inbound.
progress is getting stunted here.
Taking the hard
Where'd that guy go? Oh, that's where.
Try to move. Hard point lost. Go. Get to the next one. Reloading. Enemies got the hard point.
That's probably not going to hit them, but it is going to shock them a little bit. Yeah, there's no way I could do that by myself. Yeah, you hide.
Hard point contested. Get ready.
This has got to be one of the most annoying hard points, man. Oh, what the hell? I drilled so many bullets into all of them. Now they have to come to me.
Taking the hard point.
The question is, which side are they going to come from? I would imagine here, but I don't know. Ow. Thank goodness for EOD. Okay, it came from... I was looking that way, but not like up. I wasn't looking up.
Hard point contested. Stand by to move.
Bruh. This match is not going well for me, man.
Next hard point. Go. Enemies got the hard point.
If I don't step it up, my KD is going to be negative. I'm shooting before him with the Vector. I don't know how I'm losing in this situation.
UAV online. Taking the hard point. Taking the lead.
I'm going to surprise this guy. I think I'm just losing my mojo because I've been playing for 2 hours. Which is fair enough, I mean.
Hard point contested. Stand by to move. Control the hard point.
Oh, at least I got a kill. At least I got a kill. At least I got a kill.
Enemies got the hard point.
Bruh.
Hard point is ours. Hard point contested. Hard point lost. Hard point contested. Location under our control. UAV online.
Ow, ow, where the hell did that come from? People always gotta scout those windows. I think the game's gonna go better for me if I stop focusing so much on the hard point and just like go around the map. Catching people with their pants down, you know?
Enemy took the hard point.
Fair enough. I have to say fair enough because that's what stops me from getting triggered during matches like this. It's how I like cement myself. But when this keeps happening of like getting shot and then getting shot in the back. Oh, sorry, me getting a kill and getting shot in the back immediately. Very, very sad times. I'm going in with my shotgun. No mercy. No mercy. I thought he missed that throw for some reason. I thought it was like in the wall in front of me. Yeah, I think that shows that I'm just playing retarded actually. Just being an idiot in this final match. I mean, I'm not even checking my corners that much. Oof, that was close. Yeah, I see you. I don't understand. I'm literally getting my shots in before him, but somehow. It's always this Josh Kelly guy. Like, it's making me a little bit suspect. I am not saying he's a hacker, but I'm not saying he's not a hacker either. You know what I'm saying? Great spawn. Nice spawn, bro. They're everywhere. I mean, I know they're meant to be, but they're just in, like, the most annoying positions constantly. Like, bruh. How do they know how to be so annoying? It's either hold up in a window, or above a roof, or in a corner somewhere. I mean, it doesn't get much more annoying than that, you know? But that being said, every match has been good so far, except for this one, so that's a pretty good tally rate. Some matches are just this way, you know? Some are just this way. Yeah, you thought I wasn't going to come up from behind? Get out of here. Damn it, just as I got to the hard point. Well, he's gonna have to move if he doesn't want that to get him. Oh, that was close.
Setting a charge.
Oh.
Enemy at the destroyed building.
I see ya. One thing I don't see ya.
Get ready. We're about to move.
He's coming up again. I just saw him jump.
Control the hard point.
Ah, and of course he got me right at the end there.
We've taken the hard point. Taking fire.
Bruh.
Hard point contested.
Oof.
Enemy
Fair enough, fair enough.
Enemy at the destroyed
hard
building.
point is ours. Second control.
Well, we won. That was a grueling match, though. But hey, XP's XP, I guess. XP's XP. XP is XP. You know, like... That's... I gotta look at this match positively. And I was at the top of the board on my team, so... Even though my KD was negative, everything else was positive. Everything else was positive. All right, well, guys, that's gonna be me for now. That's gonna be me. Thank you, everybody, for watching this randomly timed stream. I do appreciate it. And with that being said, I will see you all. I clicked on the wrong thing. I will see you all next time. I'll see you all next time. And of course, the stream will be in the live stream playlist when it finally processes. Cool. All right, see you, Lloyd. Bye. Bye, guys.